Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Shalom, who praises the Yahweh, Bar Shem El Shai, Bar Shem El Rakar Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to the whole full elect. This is Payala of the GMS London camp. And the title of this video will be determined upon upload. But what I wanted to go into was what Esau Edom, right, otherwise known as a so-called white man in this day and age we live in, right, his true nationality, that he was named by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bar Shem El Shai, Bar Shem El Rakar Kodash, being the red Hebrew Edomite, right, or Edom, other one meaning red, and Esau Ashashwa, which means which means wasted away is he. He's entitled what was formerly known as UFOs, unidentified flying objects, as today to be known as UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, alright, which I believe goes back to the UK, the actual name, alright, but I want to get into this real quick, okay, so let's do, go to the wiki page. So this is the wiki page for UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, right, so there's actually a task force. I believe I may actually jump the gun, or this is the, actually I believe it's the only thing that comes up for it when you look it up. But they've actually established a task force, alright, and I'm sure many brothers have brought this out. I brought this out in the past as well, alright. Obviously headed by the apostles of Great Millstone, alright. So it says the unidentified aerial phenomena. Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force is a program within the United States Office of Naval Intelligence used to standardize collection and reporting on sightings of unidentified aerial phenomena. Sometimes termed UFOs, the program was detailed in a June 2020 hearing of the United States Senate Select Committee Intelligence. Alright, so it's the first thing I want to pick at. It says the task force has really been created to move towards the fulfillment of the prophecy of what? Of a fight taking place between who? The Heavenly Father's angels and the beast and his angels. Alright? We shall quickly read that. That's it. Slakia. Revelations 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying, in heaven, now is come salvation and strength of the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Alright? So this is moving towards that with the creation of the task force. Now, this is the main point I wanted to harp on. One of many. So let's look up standardize. So let's search the web. Standardize. Alright. So it says call something to conform to a standard. In quoting from the letters, I have standardized the spelling and punctuation. Adopt something as one standard. We could standardize on US equipment. Determine the properties of something by comparison with a standard. Alright? What does it mean to standardize something? To bring into conformity with a standard, especially in order to assure consistency and regularity. Trying to standardize testing procedures. There ought to be a law standardizing the controls for hot and cold in a hotel and motel showers. Alright? So to nip it in the bud, what it's actually saying, what is being said here is what? They want to standardize the collection and reporting on the sightings of UAPs. Alright? And one of the things I believe, just come to my mind now is that this is, and as I'm going to pull out one of these articles, it's making it as to where all the people, and this is something I mentioned before, where it's a us versus them kind of attitude. And that sentiment was spoke by Ronald Reagan, alright, with the Star Wars program, saying that all the issues all the nations have amongst one another would cease to exist the moment there was an external threat from outer space. So he went forward and spoke on the Star Wars program. Alright? So this is really playing into that ideal and making everyone buy into the one human, a one world government basically, and we're all the same. Basically the Tower and Babel, there's no new thing under the sun. About them all coming together and building up a tower. Alright? But this is the Esau's being very sneaky because he's doing it under his guise, alright? And furthermore, the Lord, the Heavenly Father ain't with that, alright? That's the first thing. Not as if I'm saying the Heavenly Father's with all that. It's just more to a point that Esau's heaping all the nations onto himself, alright, under the guise that, look, there's gonna come a threat from outer space. But what the nations are none the wiser to is actually the Heavenly Father coming to deliver his children, alright, the elect of his nation, alright, and even furthermore, actually the day that all the heathen look for as well, about in the book of Romans, the 8th chapter, alright. So, but Esau's turned everything on his head, that everyone thinks he's a little green men that are coming to fight against him. So what does that do? It forms a hive mindset, alright, where everyone wants to defend planet Earth, alright. So when they see something, what are they gonna do? They're gonna take out their iPhone or they're gonna take out their smartphone and they're gonna, collect and report the data and post it on the internet, alright, and have more information there readily available for the elites in case they miss anything or they can garner extra intel. Alright? So now the next point I wanted to go into is phenomena. Alright? Because that's a very powerful word. Alright? So let me type in phenomena actually. Which is phenomenon. So it says
phenomenon.
Phenomenon. A fact or situation that is observed to exist or happen, especially one whose case, cause, or explanation is in question, a remarkable person or thing. And that's really it. Alright, these chariots are a remarkable thing. Alright, and they actually have remarkable people within them, remarkable persons. Let's go back to what I opened with. Alright, this is the book of Zechariah 5:1. And it reads, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it. And every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side, according to it. Alright? So this is a curse. Alright? But it's a curse unto who? It's a curse unto, as I read on, you will understand. Verse 4, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and they shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And they shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Alright? So that's it. It's as simple as that. Who's the thief? Alright? The thief is Esau Edom. Alright? He stole the Heavenly Father's children, and they're going to be found in his hand. Alright? And that's why the Lord is making himself a marvel upon these people, because he's appearing marvelously in these chariots. Okay? So let me read a little excerpt from this article. From The Guardian. It says, What I saw that night was real. Is it time to take aliens more seriously? Alright? So this is someone having the same kind of viewpoint of Zechariah, seeing a chariot in the air. And guess what? Understand, and it's more in tune with that they're beginning to believe these things. Alright? That's why it says, is it time to take aliens more seriously? Alright? And really, the only thing alien about them is the fact that they're alien to you due to not being spiritual. Alright? So it says, the Pentagon has been quietly investigating unidentified flying objects since 2007. Alright? The year when? What relevance has that year? That's the year when the Apostles of Great Millstone came onto YouTube. Alright? The fact that they think they might exist in good news to those who claim to have The fact that they think they might exist is good news to those who claim to have seen them. In June, the US government published a long-awaited report into UFOs. Although the report did not, as many had hoped, admit to the existence of little green men, it did reveal that not only were objects appearing in our skies that the Pentagon, which controls the US military, could not explain, but some clearly pose a safety of flight issue. May pose a challenge to US national security. The Pentagon also revealed that it has been taking UFOs so seriously that in 2007 it discreetly set up an advanced aerospace threat identification program, which has been gathering data on unexplained aerial phenomena ever since. Alright? So this is something they're taking extremely seriously. So yeah, man. And why? Why are they taking it seriously? Because of the fact they understand the prophecy. As it tells you in the book of Revelations 19:10, testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Alright? And these things are a testament when they're fulfilled to prove what he said was true. Behold, this is Revelations 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. Alright, why are they gonna wail? Let's read this very quickly. Nope. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom? Alright, and from with dyed garments from Bozrah. Okay, so who's this that cometh from Edom? Today, Edom is known as who? Esau Edom. Alright, the so-called white man, and he's in rule of the earth. Second Ezra 6th chapter tells you that Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now, Yahweh Shai, what is he stock? Jacob, alright? So he's coming to initiate Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth. But how's he going to do it? By a stake taking out Esau from rulership. As we read on, it will tell you that. Right? That's why it says, with dyed garments from Bozrah. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteous, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in a wine fat? So his white garment, so like his garment was basically dyed red. Why? Because it looked like he'd been treading in the wine press. Alright? Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Alright, so the Lord is basically coming to make war. Alright? It tells you the lion is coming for his thicket, the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. Jeremiah 4:7. It also tells you that the blood shall be your. Actually, I didn't want to quote that. I wanted to quote. Escaping me. But yeah, it says, for I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury. And that's why, that's it. And in the book of Revelations, the Lord said he's coming with many crowns upon his head. Because are them kings just gonna just give up their crowns? Hell no. It says that it speaks of them when Yahweh Shai made his appearing, that they were scared but still does fight. Alright? They're not gonna give up their power without a fight. Alright? So it says, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Man, the Lord being an austere man, it told you, he that would not serve me, bow down before me. Wow. This is it, Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring heaven and slay them before me. So this is what it is. The Lord is coming to do some slaying. And Esau understands this. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right? So this is why you're seeing all these things happening. And the proof is in the pudding. Alright? I just really what inspired this was the word phenomena or phenomenon. And that's a fitting word. It's gone from unidentified flying objects to unidentified aerial phenomena. Alright? And it is remarkable. Alright? I'll actually finish with this in saying that it's the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It's like spirit. It's a spirit because this man is actually saying what he's gonna say. All right. Says Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And this is it, man. This is setting it up. This is moving more in that light, man, towards the salvation. What did the Lord tell us to do when we see our salvation draweth nigh? To lift up our heads, man. Right, look to the skies. So, hey, this man knows. He's really going to comprehend it when it happens. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honour. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Hey, so with that, man, I pray you're edified. To the next one, we say shalom.